Going live on YouTube and Instagram. Who is jumping on today? Hi, Lynn. All right, what are we jamming out on? Hi, Loves. I don't know, I'm kind of in like a mellow mood. A little bit mellow. Let's see how we dig this song. If not, I will put it on something else. Who's on YouTube? What's up, YouTube? Hi, babes. Insta. Fresh and spicy. Yeah, hi, beautiful. 11 BG 11. How's everybody feeling? Happy Self-Love Sunday. Oh, what a day. What a week. What a year. Like, we're 1 month in. 1 month in. Ah. Hi, Laura. Hey, Dave. Who was on the webinar yesterday? Is that yesterday already? I can't even remember. Hi, Massey. Oh, amazing. What is going on with you? We're going to do cards again today because you guys loved the cards yesterday. Does that sound good? I'm drinking my tea. I'm trying to not do coffee I'm trying to give my adrenals a break. You were, Laura. It was great. Thank you, baby. Thank you, 11 BG. BG girl, is that big girl? What is that, baby? Thank you. What a life. Lots of shifting energy. No kidding. No kidding. So, like, this song is like a little bit mellow, but I was like, I'm kind of in like a little bit of like a mellowy jam. What I want to talk about today is balance. Fucking balance. And I'm going to use a new deck. So for sure, we are doing Sacred Rebels. And I want to know what top questions you guys want me to ask today. Because I'm also going to do, I don't know, this one just like called to me. I haven't used this one in like a long ass time. The Enchanted Map. It kind of called to me because it's like what's up with the future love? It's been like kind of coming up in a lot of sessions, coming up in conversation. Like, what does our future love look like? How do you guys feel about your future love? Sometimes we need a roadmap for that shit, right? Crazy energy. Crazy energy. I love it. Sunday fun day. Balance. Yeah. Hey, you gotta work hard, play hard. Right? Keep that balance. Do something fun. Do something juicy. Do something that makes your heart happy in between all the work that you gotta do. Right? Most definitely. What do you guys want me to ask today? What is it that you're most going through right now? I'm gonna shuffle these. That fell out. Or search. Can't shuffle. What are you guys going through as far as intense energy? Everything about balance, yo. Everything about balance. We are still in winter. It's beautiful out in California right now. I think I might go to the Grove. Feminine energy. Okay, Kirby Fitness. You want to talk about feminine energy? What about? Go specific with that, babe. Hey, Dragon. You were on the webinar, Dragon. Love seeing you on there. You have like 3 different names. You're always like, hey, it's Dragon. Just had a sauna and rolling around the snow, restarting your system. Oh my God. Oh my God, that hot cold thing. Oh God. I'm going to shuffle both of these at the same time. What's going on for future love, people? It has been such a huge conversation. Shout out to everybody who was on my webinar. Shout out that I am officially now opening enrollment to, you guys hear me talk about the tools all the time on how to love ourselves. Basically, how to love ourselves and how not to fuck up our relationships. That's the real side. That's the stuff I can't put on the heading, on the title of like, what is this going to help you do? It's going to help you not fuck up your relationships. That's what it's going to do. Can we just be real? So huge announcement. I'm super excited. Starting February 5th is my online academy course called The Power of Becoming. All the tools that you're ever going to need. 6 weeks live training with me. You can find the link in the bio. If you have questions, do a self-love strategy session with me. We might need to do a little more upbeat music, right? I think we need to pause that and do, we're going to do something a little bit. I feel like our energy needs to be upgraded right now. Work and expand on your feminine energy to attract the love that fits you. You need to be in my course, love. Hands down. The link in my bio, you guys can go read more about the details of the course. I am not shuffling these very well today. Sarah, let's go. I'm so excited about this course. I've been working with so many clients last year, almost 500 clients, I think, last year. Oh my God. Like just last year alone, doing these exact tools. You guys want the self-love? You want the upgrade? This is the tools that you hear me talk about all the time. I love all of you for showing up on Self-Love Sunday and Soul Circle Tuesdays. This is the big fat how. That's what's up. Including feminine energy, including how to master your masculine and feminine energy. So check the link that's in my bio called Power Becoming Academy. And if you have any questions, send me a message. And if you want to do a self-love strategy session, I'm doing those little 20 minutes. Powerful to get you reconnected to your feminine and find out what's up. Spending your feminine if you want to attract a love that fits you. Yeah, I've been in a masculine energy for so long, girl. So it's time to take responsibility. I love that. Send me a message. Let's talk about that. Honestly, 99% of the men and women that I work with have a suppressed feminine energy. That's just what's true. Internal. The masculine is running dominant because that's the protector. That's the protector. And that's what you've had to do for such a long time. And now what was once protecting you is actually suppressing you from getting to the next highest version of yourself. What about those who need more masculine energy? So in Mastering Masculine Feminine Alchemy, in the blueprint that we do in Power Becoming Academy, you actually find out where you are on the scale. It is a blueprint that I have personally created to find out exactly where you are on the masculine and feminine scale. So you determine where you are and what you're in resistance to from your own essences within you. And by that, you'll be able to see why you're attracting certain types of relationships. Hang on. Hold the phone. I always forget to turn off my notifications. And they like to pop up. Come on, Sarah. Get it. Get it. All right. Shall we do cards, love? Are we asking about feminine energy? Yes, exactly, Kirby. Transmuting sexual energy, not repressing it. Ooh, I like that topic. Not allowing the flow for personal transformation. Dave's waves. You're so on point. You are on point with that. Yes, transmuting sexual energy. What do you feel like, if you feel like sharing, what do you feel like is from the masculine perspective, right? And I'd love to hear from everybody, females and masculine perspective. All right, let's calm this down a little bit. What do you feel is the most, what do you feel as far as sexual energy needs to be transmuted? For you personally, dare you say? Dare you say? I won't do a name shout out, but who would love to share that? This is a huge conversation. We're putting the cards down for this. This is a huge conversation because the repressed sexual energy within men and women. I cannot speak for the dudes. I'm not a dude this lifetime. Couple past lifetimes, maybe, probably, quite definitely. But this lifetime, I can only speak for the feminine. Walls up in masculine energy. Interesting. Is that your masculine energy, or you're feeling the masculine energy that you're attracting? However, I'm going to suppress sexual energy. Here's how I look at it, right? And see if this resonates for you. You don't have to take everything. I right? Feel into what share what is the memo? Suppress sexual energy on the masculine and feminine side. That's what we're talking about. See if this resonates. I don't think it's about releasing it. It's not about releasing the suppressed energy. I believe it's actually about an integration. So from the female perspective, there is, you have a lot of sexual energy. Is that what you need to transmute? Don't transmute that. That's super powerful. Just use that to manifest and create, right? Okay. But from the female perspective, there's so much shame and guilt around what a woman is supposed to show up as sexually, right? What she can, what she can't, what's going to be judged if she wants to be fully self-expressed sexually. I have said this before, and I'm going to say this again. I believe that everyone, male or female, has an inner sexual freak. Just going to throw that out there. It comes down to whether that part of you is suppressed or not suppressed, right? But a lot of times you get into a romantic relationship, and if it's seen as bad and wrong or dark or weird or whatever, right? And then there's all this judgment and shame and guilt around it, then you'll suppress it, in which case then it's not safe to allow that to be actualized and be created within the relationship, right? And then maybe if you're worried if your partner is going to judge you for it, for being bad and wrong and dark, whatever, and if they might judge you thinking it's bad and wrong and dark and whatever, then they don't give you the opportunity to show up in that, hence enter in porn, right? Go into releasing those, not releasing, experiencing or expressing those desires, those unfulfilled desires, those sexually unfulfilled desires, right? Unleash the freak anyway. It's just about getting on, and it's whatever your freaky is for you, right? Because there's varying freak levels. Let's just be real. Some people's freak is up here, and some people's freak is kind of here, and some people's freak is down here, right? So you gotta match with your freak. You gotta match with your internal freak, and then you gotta attract your external freak. Point is, if it's suppressed energy, right? If it's if you have a belief system about no, porn is not good. Not only that, is it it takes away all of your dopamine. Is it dopamine? Somebody help me on that one. I'm pretty sure it's dopamine, right? But aside from that, you never, if that's what's being created in the relationship, then you don't ever let your partner be that version, because you might think it's bad and wrong, right? And this I'm giving very general, and for everybody it's totally different, right? So if the men are thinking that it's bad and wrong to have that essence about them and experience that side sexually, then they're not going to want to do that with their female partners, and they're going to think that it's bad and wrong, and they're going to go seek those fulfilling those desires elsewhere. The women, right, for us ladies, if we think it's bad and wrong, letting that inner wild part of you out, whatever that looks like for you, right? Everybody's unique in that way. Whatever that's looking like for you, if then you think you got to suppress that, then there's a part of you that you're in resistance to, right? keeping the judgment and the shame and the guilt around all that. So then that gets put into the relationship, right? So you don't get to step into that role. Your partner doesn't have you step into the role. Everybody's like unfulfilled. Is that resonating? Let me see where the comments are. We got lots of hearts on this. It dramatically changes the brain based on porn dramatically changes the brain that they've done studies on. Exactly. And not only that, it messes up your relationship, right? Not gonna say don't like, you know, yeah, no, we're not gonna touch on that one. Okay, so through breathing intention, then visualizing and harnessing it so as to channel it into creative energy for deliberate creation. Yes, that's super powerful. That's super powerful. Sexual energy is the most powerful energy in the universe. I said a long time ago, oh my God, I don't remember what video this was. I'm pretty sure the Big Bang was a giant orgasm. I mean, I'm just saying, like it was a big bang. Like somebody got banged and then it produced our whole solar system. I think our whole solar system literally came out of a giant orgasmic energy. It's creative energy. It's creative creator energy. And society and certain religions have been telling us that it's something to make bad and wrong and afraid and right and all this conditioning, right? So that then we would fear or have shame and guilt around this energy. And yet it's the most powerful energy of the universe. You can, yes, use intentions to create with it, right? Alone, yes. More powerful if it's with a partner. You can spiral the energy around like your fields, around like within your partner's fields. Like you can have so much fun with all of this energy, but most of the time it's just like, okay, let's have like it get activated in the root and then that's all it is. Like, yay. It's one of the greatest gifts given to us. Who knew we'd be talking about suppressed sexual energy today? Yes, it's the most powerful. Yes, it makes sense. So, you're all laughing at me. Right? Big bang. Let's see. Balance in life always. Yes. So, it's about looking, so like it's part of self-love. Part of self-love is diving into all elements of you that you might be judging, that you're making mean something negative, limiting, bad, wrong, whatever, right? And shifting that perspective so that you're ultimately not in resistance to yourself. You want my jams on again? Look at that. I don't have Spotify. So what do you guys feel? Who wants to share? Who wants to share what one of their feelings of suppressed either, and I'll get the cards, feelings of suppressed either sexual energy, like what do you feel like that has been for you? Rhythmic breathing. You know, you can have energy sex with people. It has nothing to do with breathing. You can visualize storing the sexual energy in your solar plexus, yes, like a battery, and being channeled into different activities or areas of your life that need it. 100%. How do you think I got all of the energy to build my Power of Becoming course? Channeled energy. What do you feel is the shame or guilt around whatever sexual suppression? When you were younger, you were told that it was all shameful. Awesome. I love your openness about that. Yeah. How many of you guys can relate to that one? When you're younger, it's shit. Oh, bad and wrong. Don't do that. That's shameful. Don't talk about that. And what do you want, like, talking about future love, like, what do you want your future love to look like? And what would you have to shift? What belief system would you have to shift within in order to then do what you want? Since then, it's been a journey of self-learning. What do you mean by self-learning? Welcome to the dark side. That's hilarious. Because we make things mean that they're dark. We make things mean that they're bad and wrong. We make things mean, I'm going to turn these over right now. I'm going to do 4. We make them mean that they're bad and wrong. And dark. You were told that you needed to be a virgin to be accepted by God. Baby. And yet you already are God. You already are fully accepted by yourself. Silly humans. Silly humans we are. You guys get what I mean, not egoically, right? I don't think I need to clarify that I mean that you're God egoically. I mean that you are in the same vibrational essence to the highest possible consciousness of creation that is God, spirit, consciousness, like whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter, right? We're told to be afraid of ourselves, basically. And that is like, you won't be accepted by yourself unless you stay a virgin. I would say turn that V from virgin into values. It's totally acceptable to have a high sex drive, and it's okay to explore your sexual self, embrace yourself, and love it fully, 100%. That's self-love. In a different kind. I'm just kidding. But, yes. It's about making everything like just not putting, like releasing the beliefs around it that are keeping you limited. If anything feels sticky, if anything makes you feel not good about yourself, then it's got to go. And they're deep belief systems, and they're deep in your subconscious. And we are not always trained to release these things of shame and guilt. That's the essence of self-love. And look at what it's doing to all of our relationships. My self-love is in my closet. That's hilarious. I'm going to do 3 of these. The enchanted map. Find out where we're going. Okay. And we need the tools for that. If you weren't on earlier, I am now officially launching Power of Becoming course, which is all of the tools to release all this stuff. You want shame and guilt gone? That's it. I love that we got this card. This is the card. We got the card. We got the card that is the deck. The deck card. This is powerful. So, beyond the mind, the heart beats. That's what it says. Can you see that? YouTube. Insta. I know it's backwards. Ditto to you too, Queen. So, beyond the mind, the heart beats. Beyond the belief system. Beyond the bad and wrong and the shame, right? All shame and guilt is like all up here. The feeling of it, yes, is shameful and guilt and all of that. But what makes that feeling, like, it's the belief about it. So shame and guilt is up here. Your belief systems about what you should and shouldn't do are all up here. And if we can like go beyond the mind, you can actually get back into your heart, which let's also not confuse sexual energy with heart energy. And yet at the same time, like living and leading from the heart space will guide you into everything that's true for you, because everybody has different truths, right? After sex, we release all the shame when we are with the right one. Who says that you need to be with, who says that you need to wait until the right one? What's the right one in order to release the shame and guilt? I would say release shame and guilt in order to attract and be a vibrational match to that one. Then another restore and replenish. This is recharge. We got this one last time too, right? So beyond the mind, the heartbeats, restore and replenish. Oh, there's a lot of like energy. Okay. I love you guys. You're so badass. Thank you, love. Restore and replenish. You have to go back in restoring. Who's burnout right now? Who's literally like some of you were like, oh my God, the energy is so high. Oh my God, like I'm feeling like overly exhausted, right? You feel energized when your fiance gives you energy. Interesting. I would have you check that a little bit. You want to be dependent on your own energy because that makes it emotionally codependent, right? Yes, exhausted, right? So we need to be able to restore. That's what's coming up most powerfully right now. Restore, replenish. Go get a massage. Oh my God, that's like totally what's calling my body right now. Go get a massage, like spa day. If you don't want to do a spa day, do a bubble bath. Do something that like not doing social media for like a minute, right? All of those things. We're talking about a lot. We're doing cards and we're doing talking about shame and guilt around suppressed sexual energy. Oh, yes, that can give you energy like that. That can give you energy, but make sure that it's balanced back and forth. Oh God. Oh God. Let's see. Physical healing to focus on. Good. Who else needs to focus on their physical healing? We're all in a space of focusing on our physical healing, our mental healing. Like, take a break. It's Sunday. Take a break. What are you going to do after Self-Love Sundays? What's your self-love for Sunday? What is your like routine or ritual that you're going to do? Are you going to hang out by yourself? Maybe go read a book or whatever, something that is going to feel like really recharging from you. Exactly. Taking a break from like everything. Who's been going hard like this whole week? Do I burn sage? Sometimes. I burn Palo Santo and I burn dragon's blood. So much physical and mental healing. Exactly. We're getting ready to like go into like, ooh, we got this one again. Like more powerful energy. What's already within you? Who resonates with this one? If we're like, what's already within you? You already know you have all the answers in you. You already are God. You already are God. Like, it's so interesting. This came up even again earlier today. It's like, you are fucking perfect. You're already perfect. Perfect. We know that there's no perfect, but like, you are legitimately everything that you need to be. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing that needs to be fixed. not from that mind state, right? Or from that mind frame that like something's bad and wrong and needs to be fixed. There's only what is, and then where your next version of where you want to be is. There's only your level of perfection and how many layers of protection programs you have subconsciously that are keeping you from accessing your level of perfection. How many layers of protection there are that are keeping you from accessing your perfection. That's, you already are everything. You already are divine and perfect. Remembering that nothing's wrong. There's only what we're learning. Yes, there's tools to be able to remember that, to be able to eliminate the protection programs that are keeping you from your perfection. Yes, perfection comes within. It doesn't, well, yeah, it comes from within. It's already there. It already literally, like, you're already it. Success. You're already successful at it. At being perfect. Congratulations, right? Now, the self-love aspect is how many layers do you have keeping you from accessing that within? That's what's up. But it's already all within you. You just got to like find a way to like get through all those layers of protection programs to like access that, right? Yes, we all forget. And we don't have the tools. We're not taught in school or in society the tools to remember that we already are perfect. We're taught to say, okay, you're the victim. If you do this, it's bad and wrong. If you do that, you're going to go to hell. If you do that, right? Like what to do, what not to do. Like, and we're constantly like walking on eggshells in our entire lives of like fear of whatever we think is going to happen or not happen. And yet you're the creator of your own fucking reality. Oof. Sometimes I appreciate a well-placed F-bomb. That's the time, well, that's the time I've been wasting until I was perfect. I had the same program, perfectionitis, huge over here. Who was on the webinar? Give shout outs if you were on the webinar. You heard my story. Oh my God. Always conditioned until we get the tools to releasing all of that. They're layers. It's like putting yourself under like pillow after pillow after pillow. For some of you, it's putting wall after wall after wall after wall. And then we try to attract love and we're not actually attracted. We're not getting to know each other at our core. We're getting to know each other's walls. And then we wonder how come it's like not actually getting the level of intimacy that we want, because deep down you're wanting the level of intimacy from another person to the degree that you're wanting that level of intimacy within yourself. But if you've got so many walls, they can't get through you, let alone you can't get through you. You already are perfect. You already are, that's intimacy with self. But what we've been conditioned to do is run the program of, right, we're bad and wrong. Everything's bad and wrong. And then you have to have shame and guilt about how you're bad and wrong and you're not perfect. And then you're going to look outside of you and compare yourself to all other versions of perfection, what you think is perfect. And meanwhile, all of those people that you think are perfect are dealing with the same level of issue of perfection within them. It's like fucked up, funny little humans. Great. Yes. You guys want the tools to do this? Look up my Power of Becoming course that starts February 5th. Super stoked. I'm so excited for all the ladies who have already joined on board. 6 weeks, man, all this stuff gone. Ooh. How many of you have heard me say, listen to her? Give some, yes, it gives some, like, how many of you, and now I've turned it into an acronym, right? Her being like heart, energy, which is spirit, and reason, which is mind, so, and which is also then your inner feminine. Listen to her. Dragon, you on? Hashtag. Hashtag, baby, I love that you know all my hashtags. So badass. Getting connected. Who was it that said in the very beginning, ask about connecting with feminine energy? Who said that? Who was it? I remember. I'll remember your handle when you see it. Who said that? Was it Sarah? Yes? Or you guys are saying yes. Who asked about asking the cards about feminine energy? And yes, you guys have all heard me say, listen to her. Not no one. Polaroiditis. What do you on it with it? Please don't get out of here with like weird ass comments. Hashtag listen to her. Yes. What does it say? It's backwards. I know. Can you see what it says? Kirby Fitness. Thank you. Yes. She feels. She knows. She feels. She knows. She feels. She knows. One is a feeling. One is thought, right? Knowing, mental. Beyond the mind is the heart. These are literally bookended. This is the first card. This is the last card. No joke. Beyond the mind is the heart. Her, feminine. Listen to her. Listen to heart. Listen to heart, energy, and reason, because beyond all of the mind is then the heart. And she knows, she feels. You can't know, you can't have certainty unless you feel it. But you also have the balance of listening to her. You have to have the reason, you have to have the mind, you have to have the heart and the spirit at the same time. That's what listening to her is all about. It's the balance of all of them. That's what listening to your true intuition, getting in touch with your intuition. But if it's running programs of suppression of your inner feminine, she's not going to be able to speak. She will not speak. How many of you have a throat chakra closed up? How many of you get like uncomfortable around your throat? How many of you get more sore throats, like from speaking your truth, or your heart chakra closed? Like, until you get in touch with her and fully like feel that and experience her, listening to her, your inner feminine aspect. Nothing else matters until that point happens. But if you've got all the protection programs, all of the running the masculine, running those walls, running like shame, guilt, those are all feelings, yes, but they're feelings based on beliefs that aren't serving you. You had that for a long time and your throat chakra was locked. Exactly. Because she's suppressed. Her voice is suppressed by past programs, by significant events that happened. So that wasn't your fault that all that stuff happened, but now like it was protecting you at that time, but now she's suppressed under layers and layers of pillows or walls or whatever. You can't hear her. Having the level of relationship that you want with others outside of you is going to be directly related to the level of relationship that you have with her inside. How are you going to choose that one if you can't hear her? True, yes. Thyroid issues, yeah. That can be other things as well, but definitely stemming from suppressing your inner feminine. The inner feminine is suppressed within. I realized that when I listen to her, girl, Laura, because you know this work. We talked about it a lot. I love you. You slayed those. Oh my God, you did so good. And now you know, yes, I realize when I listen to her, I am okay with whatever I do or say. It feels, yes. Just hit the nail on the head. Good. And you feel like she has a lot to say. She does have a lot to say. I bet she's got a lot to say. What would you feel like if you were suppressed and locked up for such a long time? What would you want to say? I invite you all. I opened up for a lesser rate just to do 20 minutes to have you guys do self-love sessions, strategy sessions, to have you actually listen to her. If you want to find out how to listen to her and what she's actually saying, go on the link in my bio. On top of that, Power of Becoming course. When you want to know how to listen to her and remove and get the tools to remove all of these programs, click the link for Power of Becoming course. When is it going to be time for you to invest into her and listening to her so that you can commit to her the way that you want all of your partners to commit to you? Sometimes you can hear her. Sometimes you can listen to hear, or you mean to her? But sometimes the masculine takes over because of fear of losing people. 100%. Everybody else relate to that one? That's literally what, like that, and that version of that is what so many people say. Every single session I do, there's some level of that inner masculine, and we're not making the masculine wrong by any means. Let's not do that. No shame on the masculine side, right? We got enough with that right now. Oh, I'm not going to go off on that. Masculine energy is like being put, like men and masculine energy is like being put in the doghouse right now. And we're blaming and we're shaming and we're doing all of that now to the masculine energy. So by having this conversation, I hope you hear, I by no means say that it's a shame on the inner masculine. Your inner masculine is the protector. It was doing what it needed to do at that time to have you feel safe. But now it's a fragmentation. They're not balanced. They're not in harmony. They're not in a cohesive relationship together within. That's the difference. So what was once that protector is now like out of protection, having the inner feminine feeling suppressed. Fear, and with fear of losing people, you got to fit yourself into a version that makes sense for them. Yes, you can follow the course when you live in Europe. It's a live training with me, and I'm going to be doing it at specific times. I think everybody who signed up right now is actually lives in Europe. So yes, 100%. I love working with people all over the world. Makes my heart happy. Yes, totally relate. Time investment. Okay, what are these other, where are we at? Interesting. Okay, so out of the map, I want to read one of the, because I don't know. So you guys got all these, right? So we have Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats, Restore and Replenish, What is Already Within You, You're Already Perfect, You Already Are God, and She Feels, She Knows. Couldn't have been. Love it when you guys ask questions and then the cards just kind of like validate all of it. Like it's like synchronistic or something. You have to pay for that. Okay, hang on. Let me look up one of these because it seems, I don't know what this one's trying to say. So the first one though, this one I totally get. Peaks of Joy. This is like awesome. Like when we can get all through, like listening to her, like that's where you enter your joy. This is also, I did this sort of with the intention of like the future relationships that we're moving into, like peaks of joy, like actually fully experiencing joy in relationships, including the one with yourself, peaks of joy within yourself. Look at her, like she's all like free and happy and jumping off the clouds, and holy fuck, this card is number 33. Masters, baby. If you're in joy, if you're in the feeling of joy, you know 100% that you are in divine alignment with your higher self, your future self, like that version of your future self that wants to experience the future love that you're truly desiring and becoming a match to that love. You got to listen to her. We have to remove all the blocks, right? But this is what's available. This is what's on the other side, is like ultimate joy, bliss, all of that, right? I love, this was the middle one. I love this one. You guys know what a talisman is, right? You have like a specific symbol, something that is specific to you, right? Something that means something to you. If you guys could this week, right, or go find what your talisman is. Maybe that's a spirit animal. Maybe it's a crystal, right? Like I'm a big believer in making it either like an animal or like something tangible, right? One of my talismans, I got a ladybug tattoo. That was one of the talismans that started showing up around me, right? Of really like going after your goals and your dreams and all those things that you want to create. So much more around the meaning of that. But go and find a talisman for yourself that really resonates with the future version that you're becoming. That future version of love that you're stepping into and who you have to become, what this talisman represents for you, who you have to become in order to like fully step into that. Can it be a cat? 100%. Cats are not spooky, especially not black cats, right? Belief systems. I love black cats. They're adorable. Okay, so this is the interesting one that I want to read what it is because it's kind of, this one says ghost lands. And I don't think it means what we might be thinking, right? Okay. You can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future. I'm not making this up. I'm not making that up. I know you guys can't take us backwards. But you must live in the here and now. So whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you can run the risk of losing your footing, for rarely do the present and future match up exactly in the enchanted map that is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It has a place that has no grounding as of yet. Okay, oh, I understand what they're saying. So you can't live there. That's what it says. You can't live there, not yet, right? Yet you can make measured steps towards your goal and dream. Do you guys, so this came up, I don't remember what other video it was, but this is bringing it up again. So it's like you can jump into the future, right? You can go and visualize and even connect and emotionally align to that future version of you, that future of love that you're wanting to create, right? And what that would be like and feel like and look like. But then we get lost and we stay over there because it feels really good. And we forget to come back here. We forget to like bring it back down and anchor it in, right? You can use this with sexual energy. Set an intention for what your future self is going to feel like and look like. Anchor that in through sexual energy, but then bring it down and ground it into your root chakra. You have to bring it back down here. So now I understand what they're saying. Like the ghost land is like this would be your present. If you're too in the future all the time, you're not able to bring it back down here to manifest what you need to in order to get to that future. Right? You have to go there, feel it, visualize it, and then what are those steps from the future back to where you are now in the present moment, and now you can walk the steps. Vision board helps, yes. Better yet, what are you doing beyond that vision board? That's the vision of the future. That's great. Did you put that in your calendar? Did you put the action steps in your calendar? Or is it just the vision board? If it's just the vision board, I love you. I'm not just picking on you, but if it's just the vision board, then you're living in the future. You're just visualizing that future projection, which yes, can be really good for manifesting. But if we don't #laminate it, write down the steps and laminate it, it's not going to happen. What do you mean tips on anchor, on how to anchor? Yes, with dates. Yes, with dates. My Google, I created multiple different Google calendars that have all kinds of different things, right? Including ones that are my like my mantra, right? I mean, that's an easy way to say it. They're incantations, mantras, or whatever. So like, and then I put an alarm for it. So literally every morning at 9 a.m. on my phone, I get a little pop-up reminder. What are you committed to? Every morning at 9 a.m. that's on my calendar. So I have a calendar that's for those, like there's different ones that show up as well, right, throughout the day. But that's one calendar just for the, okay, what am I committed to? What am I committed to in that moment? What am I committed to towards like my future? What am I making action steps in that future that I'm committed to now? And then there's other like positive affirmations that show up throughout the day. That's on one calendar. And then I have another calendar that's for clients. And then I have another calendar that's like me time. And then I have my moon and astrology calendar because I put everything in there too, right? Just make, like if I turn all of them on at once, my Google Calendar looks like fucking Crayola exploded all over it because they're all color coded. So have fun with that. But yes, I have a rule. If it's not in the calendar, it doesn't happen. Calendar queen. Thanks. You guys should see it. It's hilarious. Planning makes you crazy. It makes you stressed out because your timeline is through you. That's a whole different conversation. But there's a belief system around that, and you can actually shift that, right? I need a calendar for calendars. No, just all of them in just one place. Yes, it's cool. I like it. If it puts a lot of pressure on you, that's only because all of your limiting beliefs about you now and your version of you achieving it are showing up. And how much pressure is it actually putting on you if you're not achieving the things that then you would want to achieve? Which one feels like more pressure? Achieving it and getting the joy, peaks of joy, or putting the pressure and not achieving it? And is it really pressure then? Reframe. I don't know what that question means. Being 5D. Meditation and assuming. What is that? Anchor the energy to your root chakra. Tips. How to anchor the energy to your root chakra tips? Bring the energy down. That's mastering the subtle energy fields. Can you open up your own chakras? Can you clear your own chakras? Can you like open up that channel and bring that energy down through each one of your chakras from higher above and like ground it in? That's mastering subtle energy fields. I don't want to take you don't know what steps to take. You always get stuck in survival mode. That's very common too. You're operating from Maslow's basic needs, trying to get higher, and then you're getting stuck when you don't know what to do, and the belief system around that and all of the subconscious blocks within that, rather than like releasing those blocks or those walls, connecting to that higher inspiration or that higher future self, whatever you want to call it, and then allowing that energy to come down into you as inspiration. But it can't come down all the way through if it's got all those walls and those layers. Is that making sense? I'll look that up, Dave. That's cool. The Science of Breath by William Atkinson. Awesome. Yes, breath is absolutely very, very powerful. It's one modality. And it's a powerful one, 100%. Come on, if we're not breathing. Okay. This is what the future can look like. Should you remove the blocks, getting the tools to remove the blocks, you will experience those peaks of joy. Peaks, multiples, levels of joy, which is your higher self. Freaking 33. Come on. Right? Find the talisman that's going to remind that for you, right? So talking about an anchor, sometimes we need a tangible anchor. I know you were talking about the subtle energies and anchoring them in, but sometimes like we need something that's like a physical thing that you can be like holding that will remind you and trigger a memory or a, hey, what am I really committed to? My fears or my future self? Which one am I committed to? My fears or my future self? If your talisman represents your future self and you have that around you all of the time and something that you can hold or at least look at, right? Like a card or whatever, put it so that you can see it. What are you more committed to? Your fears or your future self? Get the talisman. And yes, focusing on your future self, but remembering to get the visual of that future and the feeling of that future, and then bringing it back down actually to the present. But again, if we're bringing it back down to the present, if we've got all those blocks of disbelief and limiting beliefs and fears and shame and guilt and all that stuff, then that's going to stop the momentum from bringing that down through us as the source of higher inspiration. Makes sense. Good. Cool. So another quick shout out. If you guys want to learn how to listen to her, book the session, the self-love strategy session, where we actually do that. And if you want to check out information on the Power of Becoming course that starts February 8th, this is going to be powerful. This is literally all the tools that you hear me talk about all the time. This is straight legit it. And if that's what you're committed to for your year, for the future that you want, check that out. And if you have any questions, let me know. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning on to Self-Love Sunday. You're a bunch of badasses. You guys are here. You're doing the work. I love it. It's about us getting to that next level, advanced level. We need support and tools in order to get to that advanced level. Love you too so much. Have a fantastic day too. Go do something amazing, self-loving. Self-loving. Awesome. You're so welcome. Ask her. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes, Kirby Fitness. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, you guys, I love all your hearts. Mwah. Have an amazing rest of your day. You're so welcome.